Ugh, I
I
went
would
to the
have said
spa
something over the
today.
last like 30 minutes.
Complete different conversations. I was like, I went to the spa today, and you're like, I would have said something. I'm like, cool. Welcome back.
So you went to the spa.
Yes. And it was beautiful. I was like, I just need a relaxing time. I can see, can you see this forehead vein?
I can definitely see that.
That's how relaxed I was. This is awful. This needs to be gone. Wiping it
You're
as if
you're
it's gonna
sitting in
go.
that like I know you obviously didn't eat like shit or anything. Like we went to get sushi and stuff, but like you can see
Literally.
like you popping right now, like the conditioning popping through.
We're
Yeah.
in we're in full on like we have quite a lot of food right now, which is great. Um, steps are like minimal, very, very small. So like there's not much else we really need to do. We just want to get in a good load of workouts this week, which I'll be seeing you next week. This week,
Two
literally
days.
Thursday,
By the
in
time
two
people are
days.
listening to this, you'll be here.
Yeah.
No.
So we'll get some great sessions in. That's going to be the main thing. So, but yeah, how was your Arnold's experience? How did you enjoy everything?
That was the most packed expo of my life. That was
Did you see
insane.
they're doing
Did you
four
see?
days now?
I was gonna say, do you see they announced for fourth day? That's I like it though. It makes
I
sense. Like
can't do that.
you're
I'm
you're
not gonna
giving
do that.
people the I saw how they were doing it is that if you're one of the VIP ticket holders, so anybody that buys like VIP silver, gold, platinum tickets, then that Thursday is going to be open to them only, which I want to say is only like what 1,500, 2,000 people in comparison to the 10,000 plus that were at the
That was
expo. So that's like an
busy.
expo all to yourself, and essentially, I think the only hard part is going to be what athletes and what companies are going to fill that Thursday. Like, is everybody going to come in another day early to be a part of that? I don't
Is it
know.
going to be
Not
more
to min-
expensive as
I was
well?
going to say, not to mention Thursdays are also check-in days or registration check-in. Like, I don't know. I don't know who's going to be there for people to see. Like, I'm sure you can get the Trend Twins and like the YouTubers in there for sure. But if you want to see athletes at booths or if you want to see specific booths, like, are they going to come in another day early? I don't know. And is it going to be more expensive, like you said, for the companies? So
Yeah,
we'll
it'll be
see.
interesting. It'll be really interesting. And again, does it then kind of make it like too much if it is then 4 days? Because I mean, I say this and like there were people, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
are
there's going to be
people gonna
so
go
many. Yeah.
all are gonna go all 3 days? Like, why would people go all 3 days? But like there were people, like you could see all the TikToks and
Oh, yeah.
everyone like with all the free stuff and like
Yeah.
everyone was going for those full 3 days. So like there is so much to do at those expos. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Like they're huge. Like it's so much fun as well. But I think, yeah, I that one time on that Saturday where we literally were in the dark sport booth and walked to toxic booth, I was like, oh my God, this is too much. This is post show and I'm too overstimulated already. But like it's fun. It is good and like
Yeah.
it's a good time. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So
It
I'm
was so
excited to
funny
recap.
trying to go from backstage and then we went to the dark booth and then we went to toxic and I'm just holding your suitcase like trying to get people the fuck out of our
I
way.
was
I'm
like,
like
I
rolling
can't
it in front of
move.
me like look out coming
I was
through
like,
here.
this is not fun trying to get through. But I think it's such good vibes. Like I want
Mm-hmm.
to experience that. Obviously, I did the Arnold's last year where I wasn't competing. Um, so maybe next year we might not compete and just like do it. But like it's just such a good show to
Yeah.
do. So I'm like, I don't want to not compete ever again at the Arnold's. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it was really, really good. What was your favorite part?
Oh, what was my favorite part? I mean, the show part, obviously. Like I'm there for the
Mm,
competition. But in terms of just the Arnold as a whole, the whole weekend, um, that's a tough one. I mean, honestly, what I really liked a lot and this is like the sappy side of me being passionate about bodybuilding is I really love seeing how thriving the industry is right now. Like
yeah.
we go from like post 2020 era when things were slowed
Hmm.
down, can't say that word on YouTube, will be demonetized. um so post 2020, like everything was slow for a while. Like all the
Hmm.
expos were down a bit. The LA Fit Expo, the Legion Expo, the Arnold was down for a couple years. Like just numbers wise, you didn't see that packed house. So seeing what it was like this weekend, knowing that every ticket for the finals was sold out both nights,
That was so
like
cool.
I'm like people are really showing up for the athletes and not just bodybuilding too. Like the animal cage, the strongman
Hmm.
competition, everything that was going on was packed. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is really cool to see.
Yeah, that's
So
very,
I
very
just like
true.
that. I like that atmosphere. And like I was at the Bolt booth a lot of the time with Hunter and Terrence and the people that were like coming through legitimately like interested in everything. Like I had people
Hmm.
coming up to me that like either follow a podcast or follow me, and they wanted a picture, and then to ask like the machines that were around us, like, oh, can you what's different with this machine? It's this like hack squat that can also turn into like a squat press, and just really cool stuff, like being able to interact with people and it not just being like a high and buy type of thing. It's really cool when there's
Hmm.
interaction and engagement with everyone, and people take their time out of their day to come to the expo, meet people. It's really cool. The whole experience of an expo thriving that much was really cool to see.
Yeah, I think that's like the fun part about it is when there's more so a community
Yeah,
behind it versus it just being like, hey, like I'm here to meet this person that I really look up to. Like, yes, they're still doing that, but I think now so more than anything, people are asking questions to the people they look up to and stuff like that, and
yep,
actually having that more interaction versus being like, I'm too scared, you know? Like it's
yeah,
just nice. It's really, really
yep,
nice. So no, I completely agree with you on that. And like met so many people, and like that's always my favorite part. Like doing the meet and greet, meeting people. Like I think that's always a lot of fun. Even though I did leave the meet and greet a little bit early, I'm not gonna lie. Because I one was exhausted and I two I felt so it felt very, very different not having Max there. I won't lie. And that
oh,
was
I'm
one thing
sure.
that I felt so like I wasn't alone, of course, but like that's all me and Max always absolutely loved doing the like meet and greet. We've done like however many meet and greets like at the Arnold's together. So it was weird him not being there. And I thought
Yeah,
I'd be okay, but I wasn't at the time. I was
yeah,
like, this is very strange. But um we moved forwards and we obviously, we had a really, really good time and the weekend was
yeah,
great regardless. So I'm very happy that
yeah.
um
Love that.
we were able
And
to
you
do
said
that.
he
So yeah.
will make it to the Arnold UK, right?
Fingers
Fingers
crossed. I mean,
crossed. Yeah,
that would be great if he can. At the moment, obviously the airports in Dubai
yeah,
are
yeah.
open, but they're
Good.
just limited. So we'll see.
At least it's an easier flight too. It's not across the entire world.
Yes.
So
Yes, exactly that. So fingers crossed. Everyone keep their fingers crossed. So,
yes.
but let's recap the Arnold.
Yes, I was gonna say. By the way, everyone, so follow them because they will be there next year. But the reason I wasn't on the live stream for prejudging is because Stage Ready did not get their media pass in time. So
Oh,
I
that's
know,
a shame. Because I did think
I
I was
know.
actually going to ask that. I was thinking
Yeah,
that. So what happened? They just didn't get
they
their
were
media
supposed to
pass
get
in
their
time.
media pass, and they were going to link into a live stream. I don't know if it was the main. I'd never got all the info, but I don't know if it was the main live stream that I was going to be on, or
Mhm.
if it was their live stream, whatever it may be. But it's a media company that's out of Las Vegas, and it's actually people listening to this might know Fran. He's very, very popular in the industry for being the
Oh.
guy that sets up the backdrops, and he's has his hands in every gym around the area. Huge like
Mhm.
manager for people, athletes, promoters, shows, like all that stuff. So it's his company. And he's very, very like very good person, very known industry wide. I think he's a classic pro or a men's physique pro too. But yeah, so it's his company, and they were going to go and just didn't make it out, didn't get the media pass in time. So next year, planning on that. And Dan, if you're listening to this, I'm going to message you about the Olympia. So I want to be on that live stream. Dan Sullivan, thank you.
Ooh. Okay, Mr.
Yeah,
Dan. Okay. So yeah, fingers crossed that'd be
we
cool.
like each other. We like each
Good.
other's stories, and we have sent
Oh.
reactions to each other on Instagram, Dan. So I feel like we are friends now. I want to be. I want this Olympia
Stop
live
flirting
stream
with me. Stop
commentary.
flirting with me, Dan, and just literally allow me to be on the live stream. Come on now. Come on. That
Uh,
would be sick. That would be really good. And again, I think I loved because I watched Angelica on the live stream for the Friday. And I
mm-hmm.
love how, even though she was obviously, she was talking about different categories that weren't obviously hers, obviously not being bikini and stuff like that. But I loved listening to how she was talking about a lot of the things. And to be fair, like I did listen to some bits on Friday, and she was mentioning, obviously, I think they were filling time and stuff like that before finals started. And she was talking about obviously bikini. And I loved it because she was talking about how hard the girls train. She was talking about how,
Yeah,
Laura Lee had been her best prep because she felt like a bodybuilder. She felt like, and I was like, this is what
yep,
I love to hear about the sport. Like more in depth to the athletes versus it
yeah,
just being kind of like a very like what's the word surface level kind of conversation. She was actually going in depth because she knows all of us,
mm,
and she was asking us questions and meet and greets and stuff like that. So it was quite nice to obviously hear that information being relayed
yeah,
on the live stream and stuff like that over time. So I think that's definitely
definitely,
something that's needed moving forwards in other bigger events and stuff like that for sure. So
100%. All right, let's
what did you
recap this
think?
thing.
What did you think of the top six.
Thought the top six was the top six that a good amount of us, I feel like, thought it would be. Um, I don't know if you, I know you saw it actually, you commented on it. So when John Pro Bikini News posted like the top four, like a week out, it was like the projected top four, right? My comment on
Hmm.
there was, hey, you got Phoebe and Reina that could shake up this top four. Like, and sure enough, you guys were in the top six. It went one, two,
Yeah.
three, four, five, six with those four and you two.
Yeah.
Um, I completely agreed with one, two, three. I had it that way after prejudging. I messaged Drew right after prejudging and I said, congrats, Amy's got this one. And
Yeah.
he just sent like a fingers crossed emoji. I
Yeah.
feel like it was to I don't want to say it was obvious. Laura Lee looked fucking fantastic, like
Hmm.
brought back to life, posing on
Yeah.
point, flawless presentation. Just side by side, my eye was being drawn a bit over to Amy, where I was just like, you know what, like this is her look. This is the best I've seen her look. And to
Hmm.
all the comments that I see, I was sent a couple Reddit screenshots. I was sent a couple, or I saw a couple comments online where Becky made a post and pointed out that Amy was perfectly balanced, not too big of delts, not too X, Y, and Z. And there's people arguing, saying, well, look at her shoulder. Look how big it is. One, the proportion of this photo is it's a photo. It's not dead on with her. That shoulder looks a little bit more forward. So that's why you're seeing that angle. Two, balanced has to do with somebody's physique. She has good legs and big glutes. Her shoulder can be a little bit bigger to be balanced with her physique. It is not overpowering anywhere on her physique. So I just wanted to point that out to everybody because I saw a lot of arguments about that.
Hmm.
But going down the top six, because I know that you don't want to really do a whole lot of critiquing of this. You're in the show. So Amy was fucking spot on. Laura Lee,
Hmm.
I thought this was her best look in a long time. Like this was comparative to what I felt was her best look, I think, two Arnold wins ago for her. I think it was
Hmm.
2023 or 24. Looked fantastic. The presentation, like if Bikini gave a best poser award at the Arnold, which they should, Laura Lee looked fantastic. Like she looked fucking
Hmm.
phenomenal up there. Going over to Ashlyn, I felt like two things. And this photo doesn't really do the justice that I'm about to say because she looks very, very good in this still frame. I felt like her legs looked a little bit downsized, which is what, in my opinion, kept her out of me seeing her in that 1 and 2 spot. It was very
Hmm.
like glaring to me where it was kind of thinner in comparison to her glute. And I don't think that she brought in her signature waistline and core. I usually think that when I see her on stage, she has this like cartoonish like physique, like in a good way. Like I
Yeah.
look at her and I'm like, holy shit, where is your waist? And it makes
Hmm.
everything so bubbly around it. And I didn't feel like she had that on stage here. So she was a very solid third to me after prejudging. Like there was no doubt in my mind she was in third place.
Hmm.
Um, moving down after that, Ashley, you know I love you, but I'm going to give this critique here the same thing that a lot of people said about men's open. I wish that fourth, fifth, and sixth were compared to each other.
Yeah.
Um, I wish that there was a comparison for you and Reina to possibly be next to Ashley, whether it be at finals, to just see if anybody edged each other out there. But we didn't get that. And I felt like first, second, third were kind of distinguishing themselves as first, second, third. And I don't know if Ashley was like right there with them, where I felt like she
Hmm.
was closer to fifth and sixth. So
Okay.
I feel like
Hmm.
4, 5, 6 could have been interchanged if we had gotten their own call out.
Yeah.
So just my take on that. But I think that Ashley, this is like a I feel like they went a little bit far on conditioning. Like she was taking steps and the quads were feathering a bit.
Yeah.
So this is the most conditioned Ashley seen in a long time. I think it was just a little bit far in that direction. Whereas you remember when I said what show was it that she did? San Diego, I get or whatever shows it was
Was
post
it
Olympia.
Japan? Japan? Did
Japan
she
was
do Japan?
insane. There was
Yeah.
Japan and there was one more stateside, I thought, but she looked fucking insane in those
Yeah.
shows. And I remember saying on our podcast, I was like, Ashley, if you bring this look to next year's Olympia, you're going to contend for that title, like hands down.
Yeah.
And I just think they went a little too far in conditioning, and it made her look a little stringy in comparison to this top six.
Yeah.
Getting to whoever this is in fifth place here. So um honestly, like, and I'm not just saying this because you're on here with me, like, physique wise could not have been any better.
Hmm.
Posing wise, I think, and I haven't looked at, I don't know if you've posted your feedback or not, but give me
Yeah.
it after. So physique wise, I don't think you could have been any more properly conditioned or any more full. Everything was popping, everything was perfect. um you just look a little bit like off in the pose of the front pose. Like
Hmm.
that's what I think
Yeah.
kept you out of like being in consideration to beat Ashley, pushing Ashlyn for third place. I
Hmm.
think that's the only thing. The back pose is phenomenal. Like literally could not have a better back pose. You and Reina, in my opinion, had like top three glutes in this show, like
Yeah.
for sure. Um, it's just the front pose needed a little bit of something. I'm not the posing coach, like, so it just needed
No.
something, just wasn't there. Go ahead.
So our feedback was like literally spoke to I think about at least five of the judges post Arnold's like straight away. And all of them came back and said kind of basically the exact same thing, which it was mainly the front pose. So the front pose just needed more S curve. And there was a
Okay.
couple of things. So when I've spoken about this before with my front pose and my glutes. So I need to make sure that I have a good amount of twist in that shot to make sure that I don't have that line like right in the middle of that upper glute. And it's not muscle mass, it's more so like tightness. For example, focusing on that, twisting that round to the front, it's then hard, it's very hard to twist that round and then also keep the upper body round like almost like
Mm.
to the front. So Tyler was specifically showing me being like you need to twist your upper body more round to the front. Also the hard thing is being on a side angle, trying to get your angles 100%
Yeah,
correct is
yeah, yeah,
so hard. So I won't lie, and this is why one thing I will say to everyone right now, any pro shows, any amateur shows, practice your angles, practice being on the side of the stage, not just dead on, because that's one thing I think I didn't do as much this time. And I'm annoyed that I didn't, but also it happens. Like it
yeah,
is what it is. And it's not like the hardest thing to change. It's just about consistency. So yeah, I was annoyed that, I couldn't angle things just a little bit better and make sure that I was obviously posing because from when it sounded like it was more so a posing thing and how I was showcasing off my front pose. They said back pose was great.
it looks phenomenal,
And there's a
phenomenal.
couple of things with me and Jamie. What we probably won't do is we pumped up my upper body, not loads, if I'm honest, like a little bit. But she was like, when you walked out, she was like, we do not need to touch that upper body at all. So again, this is mine and Jamie's first ever show together. So one
Go back to the
great
front pose.
showing. Yeah, great showing for both of us. Like very, very happy. They weren't, don't get me wrong, I don't think they were too off, but I think it was just a little, especially because I'm taller as well. I think it
Mm-hmm.
just showed off a little bit too much in my front pose. Whereas I don't think I needed it as much. We think the night showing was a little bit better, where we just had it was still there, but it was just less. We didn't do any lateral raises. We just literally did front raises to get a little bit more of the chest and front delt, but
Yeah,
none of the like outer delts, if that makes sense. Um,
100%.
so and then again, small little things we'll probably won't fill up as much. Like we have the muscle there. Like little things like this, like these are all things that we then fine tune. Do you know what I mean? And I think I'm really happy with the showing and how we showcase off versus what we did in 2020, previously what I did in 2024. So it's just about now fine tuning. And this is why I'm like, cool, I'm excited to go into Arnold UK, make those changes and
Yeah.
see what we can do moving forwards. So, and that's all it ever kind of comes down to. Do you know what I mean? But there's also other things like when I first stepped out, I want to be a bit more like facial with my how I'm doing my poses. Like I looked a little bit nervous when I first kind of came out. Like obviously it's been 2 years, so like give me a sec, give me a break. So, but little things like that, that's what I'm wanting to like improve on and stuff. So, um, but I did speak to a few judges and it wasn't a unanimous fifth place. So a few people did put me in at fourth place, which is also very good for me knowing that going in that potentially, there's judges that did see me edging out. It wasn't a case of,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you were definitely fifth. So it's nice to know that because confidence wise, I can go in and be like, cool. let's see what we can do moving forwards, you know? Um, so yeah, I'm
To
excited.
my point of a 4, 5, 6 comparison as well, that like that says it right there. I wish that that was almost a judging rule book type of thing where
Yeah,
if there is a couple judges that have someone one placing higher, one placing lower, okay, let's give them their own comparison. Let's bring them out for a turn
yeah,
or two and see what the whole panel thinks with them next to each other. But regardless, fifth place, fucking badass. You got 7 points on the board right off the bat.
yeah,
Um, and then Reina, uh, Reina, you got to fix your front pose and you're going to
yeah,
be golden. Like
yeah.
one of my favorite back poses in all of the IFBB, like insane. And yeah, like insane. Like that, the hourglass shape, the rear delts, the overall balance here, top to bottom. Like this is Maureen esque. Like this is what they
Hmm.
said they want in a back pose. Like it's golden. Front pose just needs to be fit. And then go back to the front pose really quick, and I'll talk about what I'm. So there's the posing itself, and then I almost wonder if the posing would fix this, but what glares to me is the delineation of that side glute profile into the hamstring. The
Yeah.
hamstring looks almost thick going into the glute, and there's not a lot of side projection there. I don't
Hmm.
know if fixing the front pose fixes that, or if that's also just needing a little bit of change up in the training for the lower body. But regardless, sixth place at the Arnold. She beat some really good names up there. She wins most regular season pro shows that she does. She's a fantastic competitor and person. We talked a bit this week. Really, really cool. I've never gotten to meet her in person. And when she fixes up that front pose a bit, it's going to be lights out. And yeah. Oh, and go to the back poses really quickly for me,
We
please.
spoke over pizza. It was so fun. I love post show because like at the back of the stage, like they have obviously like the pizza and the like thingy
Yeah,
on everyone. And it was so funny because everyone was like, let's go and get food before the bodybuilders go. And she was already there with like I think she had like 4 or 5 pieces on like one plate. And I went,
that's
Raina.
amazing.
I was like, Raina, that's so many pieces. She was like, don't tell anyone. It was just so funny. I
That
was
is
like, this is
amazing.
jokes. But no, she has like incredible back pose, incredible
Yeah.
back pose. Her glutes are so bubbly, so like projecting. And it's so funny because I actually feel like we have the same side front pose, but we have very similar lines from the back in terms of like the hamstring development across here. Like we're very
Mm-hmm.
similar in that sense, which again, that's something I actually had to change like last minute, to be fair. So whether or not that's something that potentially I don't think she'll have to massively change that, but it's just things to look out for, you know, like you
Yeah.
see the top four, they have a very slight amount of adductor, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing kind of compared to like you see what I have here, and then me and Raina have that there as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes
Even
it's like
Ashley got so
those,
conditioned this show, hers are even popping.
yeah, you can see it a
Like,
little bit
yeah.
here. So like
Yeah.
sometimes it's like those small little things. Like, yeah, it's slight kiss of a conditioning,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like it makes a difference. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
for
especially
sure.
if that's not
And
needed in
honestly, there's
bikini.
there's like personal preference where like honestly, I love Ashley's back pose here just as a conditioning standpoint. But criteria wise, even Adam told me, we were talking to each other at finals, and he was like, yeah, we went a bit far with it. Like it's just a little bit too much there. And you can see it in the back pose. Like her glutes are caved out like crazy.
Yeah.
Like but it was just a little bit much where I feel like maybe this is crazy to say this about Ashley because she'll go and win another 20 shows this year, but but I think that if she's going to improve like in an Arnold lineup like this or in the Olympia, one, we already talked about how she could bring that Japan look and look insane, but two, pushing this amount of conditioning is an issue when she doesn't have that like density built up in the extremities. Like her glutes are
Hmm.
crazy dense, but then the legs look lacking because of it, and that's where it gets that like stringy look to it when she
Do you feel
takes
like
her
it's
steps and the
size?
quads feather. Yeah,
It's
for sure. I mean,
size.
the
Yeah.
leg density isn't there in comparison to the glutes to be this
Yeah.
condition. So
Yeah.
and
You
her
can
her
see it
abs are
here
even
as
like
well.
etched out here too. Like it's just they just went a little bit far in condition. I mean, I like the look. I think the conditioning is great, but it's just not her look. Like her signature look is that Japan look where she just dominated. So
Yeah. Can you see my screen still?
yeah,
Okay. This was, oh, Ashley's not in that pose. So this was the top six when we were in comparison. So everyone's in the pose apart from Ashley, but um this was the lineup. So you can see here what I'm talking about in this. I don't know if you can see it fully. Oh,
yep,
there. That
yep, just
line,
yeah,
that was the thing that probably cost me and moved me out straight away. So, which is again, it comes down to sheer posing. It's not a case of the physique wasn't there. It was just a case of posing. So I think that's the hardest part when you realize it and you're like, fuck, I should have started posing or should have practiced that more. Don't
Yeah.
let that be your downfall, you know?
Yeah.
So that was my main thing. And then you've got the back pose. It's just like Raina's back pose here is just so 3D.
Crazy. Any angle she's at, her glutes are insane.
Yeah, actually
I mean,
crazy.
yours are
So
crazy here too. You guys have insane back poses, like the glutes, the balance, very, very good.
this was
And Laura
probably my
Lee
best I've ever looked. Laura Lee's
brought back to
glutes,
fucking life. Like
literally
crazy,
brought back
crazy.
to life. So
Yeah.
I even seeing her backstage and stuff like that, she'd filled out so much, and she was even speaking about how she got to be able to. She was training more. She was able to eat more, like going into the show. Like
Mhm.
it's like all these little things make that massive difference, obviously on the final look. So I think what's your opinion in what do you feel like Laura Lee was potentially not lacking, but why they chose Amy over Laura Lee?
Honestly, I think that like a 100% Amy is just in. Could there be like little things here and there that Amy probably got some feedback on for sure.
Hmm.
But I think where Amy was at in this show, um, to me judging, let's go back to the Johns one really quick. It's easier to display and like talk about what I'm seeing. Yeah. So what I'm looking at here is Amy is like a perfect balance in the front pose. Laura
Hmm.
Lee's front pose, although her posing routine and her flow is fucking phenomenal and she was right back up there, absolutely killing it, like she never missed a beat. I think the pose itself, Amy wins that standalone front pose because of how Laura Lee's hitting it. I don't know why the
Hmm.
arm is so far out and stiff, and it's almost like she's like, I don't know if she's pushing the lat or if she's pulling the delt, but it just looks stiff. It's
Well,
not
what I
like that.
noticed was a lot of them were kind of flaring a little bit more widely. So even
Yeah,
Amy's a
Ashlyn did
little bit
too.
wider. Same with Amy. So all the top three are kind of slightly
Yeah.
posing the upper body slightly harder. Whether
Hmm.
that is a case of they feel like they needed to, or they felt like they needed to open up the chest like more. Like I'm not too
Yeah.
sure if that
Because
was
Laura Lee
the
usually
reason
hits that how
for.
you're hitting it. She has that
Yeah.
signature, like relaxed front pose where she
Hmm.
just stands in it, like, yep, this is how I fucking look just standing here. Like, that's
Yeah.
how she usually hits it. There's nothing forced about it. And it almost looks a little bit forced in this front pose in comparison to Amy there. And then another thing too is I don't know if this was it. I don't know what the feedback was for either of them, but look at the bent leg. Laura Lee has is a little bit conditioned there, a little bit hard there in
Oh, yeah, yeah.
comparison to how Amy looks. So I think that might be the difference between one and two is just that front pose, that look in a total where they're up top, they're pretty similar in terms of like delt size balance in comparison, the core. But when you look at the legs, you look at that bent leg, bit too much conditioning in Laura Lee in comparison to Amy. I think the back pose could have gone either way. So to me, I was giving it to Amy because of the front pose. If I was doing it based on back pose, I mean, I love Laura Lee's back pose. Like that's
Yeah.
I just how she sits into it, she creates that insane illusion. Whereas I look at Amy and I look at Ashlyn, I don't like the extended elbows back and that flare where they're trying to make it look like they're creating shape. Whereas Laura
Yeah.
Lee just stands there with shape. It's the
Hmm.
silhouette of Laura Lee's back pose that wins it for me. Front pose, I would go to Amy. So that's where it's that toss up. Um, and then I think Ashlyn's standing too wide. Ashlyn has like signature insane glutes. And the way that she's standing here makes them slant at the top. When she
Yeah.
normally has these crazy round, bubbly, like outer glutes, they're slanted because of how wide she's standing here. So I think that threw off the back pose to keep her like out of that first, second place.
Yeah, I did notice that a little bit when I saw these photos. I was like, that's interesting because Ashlyn's glutes looked, or they always look incredible in terms of like
Yeah.
the fullness and stuff like that. She's known for like that kind of
Yep.
upper glute fullness. So yeah, it was interesting to see that. But no, I agree with all those statements, honestly. Like, and it's interesting to just obviously see where everyone kind of like was and how everyone like looked. Obviously, because I wasn't seeing it like in the flesh. I was obviously on stage with everyone. So it's nice now looking back and seeing this all happen and stuff like that for
Yeah.
sure.
Is
Um,
Reina in the UK, Arnold?
no, so the only
Okay.
people now in the UK Arnold are me and Ashlyn. that were
Okay.
in this Arnold.
In the
So we'll
top
go
six.
through,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, in gen. Oh yeah, in the top
Oh,
six, and
Tayana's
then you've
doing it.
got
Marie
Tiana, and
Eve.
you've got Marie Eve,
Yeah.
and then I think that's it. I
I
think.
think that's it. Yeah.
Um. So, but yeah, and then that was a comparison between. You can even see it there, just that upper
Yeah.
glute.
This is what I wish they had looked at in finals for everybody that
Yeah.
was hearing what I was saying before. I wish that they had done this call out at finals for that confirmation. Because I just think that depending on the like the delineation, like how much they think there was a difference between them, maybe Phoebe could have hopped up one, maybe Reina could have hopped up one. You don't know. I just think that it was close enough here where this should have been a confirmation call out.
Hmm. I agree. I agree. Let's have a look and see if there's any from previous. What was the others? Because I want to talk about the other competitors as well before we finish. I can't find their call outs. But no, it was a good
Did John
showing.
not post a second call out?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just, I don't even think comparisons they've got. Why have they not got any of the call outs?
John, you told me you listened to all of our episodes. Start posting the second call outs
I
for us too,
know,
because we don't want to search. Do the work for us.
I know, please. Was it second call outs? Yeah, this is second call outs. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Juliana.
Yeah. You see Marie there.
You got Juliana, Sharon, Marie Eve,
It
Chen,
didn't blow up on
and
my end.
can you not see it?
No, I'm just on the little thumbnails of it.
Wait, wait. This one
Dead
here.
air time. That's how we lose all of our viewers.
I know, I'm so sorry. Sorry, some technical issues. Can you
There we
see?
go. Yeah.
Okay, right. This is the photo. I personally feel like Marie Eve looked incredible. Like her front pose was
Yeah, she looks
so,
great.
so good. Like the projection from the glute to the
Her and
waist.
Sharon both look
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought Sharon, not Sharon, Marie Eve could have got higher. I'm not too sure,
Where
obviously.
did she place? What was
I
her
think she
placing?
got ninth, I want to say, I think. So, and there was
Yeah, she
11
did.
overall. So
Okay. I mean,
I think maybe the back
realistically,
pose
so
might have been
Juliana
Marie's.
was the only one in front of her that I think could have flipped because you, Reina, and Sharon, I would have them ahead of Marie. So I think, in my opinion, Marie's highest here would have been eighth, like one more placing
Mhm.
up, which really just comes down to like what did the judges see between eighth and
Yeah,
ninth, which could be the
very
smallest little
true.
thing.
Yeah,
Juliana's
very
also
true.
standing very wide here.
Yeah. And that flooring as well was a little bit spongy randomly. It was like when you were stepping on it, it was like dipping in a little bit. So I was like,
Mhm.
this is a little bit harder to pose on. Um, one thing I did actually love about that entire lineup was we all had different colored bikinis.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
very.
that. No, there was no there's no not I say copying, there's no copying anyway, but like there was no like similarity, which I liked because it was just kind of like everyone was their own
Yeah.
thing then. I
Go
don't
back
know,
to the
it felt
back
really
post for me really
nice.
quick.
So you've got Tiana,
Hmm.
Juliana,
Sharon.
Sharon, Chen, and Marie.
Yeah, good back pose all around.
Really good
Tayana's
back
glute
poses, to be
fullness
fair.
is great.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as
Yeah,
well. I think she just needs a
yeah.
little bit. Again, she's so young. She just needs size. Do you know
So
what I mean?
young.
Moving
Yes.
forwards. So, and this is a really good showing for her to be next to these girls and to be
Oh yeah.
considered like next to people. That's honestly, that's what it kind of comes down
Yeah.
to. So I think it's really cool to be able to see that. And now it's just a case of improving, you know? That's what it
Hmm.
comes down to now. So I'm excited for her. I'm very excited for her. So, anything to add on the
No,
overall
I think we
Arnold's?
we covered it. I thought
They're
the Arnold final stage was so badass, and it's hilarious that
so
Laura Lee
good.
texted me after the posing routine, like right when she got backstage after the finals posing routine, and I messaged her and I said that song because that's when we were at nationals when we were sitting behind the judges watching nationals. That song came on. That's the video that I have of her and Kerrigan going back and forth, like banging their heads to it and
Oh my
singing.
God, that's
And
so
yeah, and she
funny.
was like, that song was so hype, like.
Yeah, she was like, thank God, that was
funny.
so good.
Yeah.
That was actually quite funny as well because my song that I walked onto, I think literally right before, I can't even remember what song it was. Ashlyn was telling me, she was like, I walked onto this song and it was so good. And it literally started playing like a minute later. And I was like, this
That's
is gonna be my
awesome.
walk-on song. She was like, go kill it, girl. I was like, I will.
That's great.
It was great. It was really, really, it was, do you know what? I actually really, I mean, I always enjoy the Arnold specifically because I feel like we get to know one another, like, because we're quite in close proximity together,
Yeah.
like
And it's not
backstage
a
and stuff.
massive show. It's not 30 plus
No.
people. Like,
So, and it's, I don't know, it just feels so fun. Like, I got to talk to every single, like, one of the girls. Like, it was just nice. It was really, really nice. So,
yeah.
I just enjoy the shows in general. They're
Yeah.
a lot of
You know what I'm
fun.
really excited for to end this segment on is
What?
that top three. I can't speak for you. I don't know if you're doing it. We haven't talked about that yet, but those top three are all doing Pittsburgh. So I think that'll be so cool to re-see again.
Wait,
I
is
don't want to speak for
Ashlyn
Ash.
definitely?
I
I was
let's say I
gonna
don't
say,
want to
is
speak for
Ashlyn
Ash and say
definitely
she's
doing
doing it.
it?
I talked to her boyfriend at the gym when we were in the Arnold, and he had mentioned like it was on the radar. Just depends on how the Arnold and the Arnold UK went. So yeah, can't speak
Interesting.
for her saying she is doing it, but on the
No.
radar, which I would assume most people would have Pittsburgh on the radar. It's becoming a pinnacle show, so obviously,
Yeah.
but would be really cool to see that matchup. And even if she's not in it, we get Lauralee and Amy again. So just really cool. If Ashlyn was in it, even better. Like she's been right there at that title with Amy the last 2 years. So it'd
Yeah.
be really cool to have her in there. Like if it's a great show regardless, but having Ashlyn in there when you're coming off of being second in the world and then right in that mix in the Arnold too, like it just makes for that much better of a show.
Yeah. I think it would be really cool to kind of see now over time who's going to be doing Pittsburgh Pro because again, like we said before, people aren't scared to do the bigger shows anymore and
Yeah.
they're not like afraid to do it because they're like, no, I want to stand next to people. So like I do think that Pittsburgh is going to be absolutely massive. I don't
Oh
know how
yeah.
many people were there last year, but it was I feel like it's going to be bigger, like so much bigger,
Yeah.
because people aren't afraid for it at all. Before we finish, we're not finished actually. We've got way more to talk about. I'm going to talk about the Arnold UK,
Yes.
and then we'll talk about Brazil, which is this weekend,
Do you want to
and
do
then
the
we've got a
Arnold
few
Amateur that
Q&As.
just passed too?
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that as
Pull a
well.
couple of them
Okay,
up. We'll do the UK first.
we'll do the UK first. Okay, so you've got Ashley and Jordan not doing
Jordan's
the
out of the
Arnold
UK
UK.
also too, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they're both not doing it. So you've got Ashlyn, who obviously just competed. Obviously, she's got third. Um, I don't know how to pronounce
I
anyone's
do
name,
not
so I
either.
do apologize. I do apologize. Um, but a lot of them are they're all Olympians. This girl's a three-time Olympian. Three-time Olympian coming to the Arnold
Ooh, she
UK
has an update right there. Is that a video of her in the closet? Yeah.
in the closet.
Well, it's in a closet.
Yeah, she is. That yeah, it was 6 days ago. She looks good.
Oh, I thought she was gonna hit a pose. She does look good. That shape's wild. Like that taper, the delts, that's
Yeah,
really
she's
good.
got
I
a
want to see her
nice
hit a front
amount of
pose.
like she's got a lot. Yeah, I know. I don't think she will though. She's got a good amount of muscle to her, like a really good amount of muscle to her.
Yeah, very much so.
No, she's not
And
gonna
that's
hit
four
front post.
weeks out. That was a week ago. Yeah.
Is it 4 weeks out? No, it's yeah, it was a week
It'd be
ago. So
three
yeah, it
right
was
now. So that, yeah.
exciting.
10 in. What
And
else we
then
got
we've
in here? We got
got
Carrie.
yeah, we've got
Oh,
Nevea.
Nevaeh's in this. She's doing Brazil this weekend too. Okay.
Ah, is she?
Little warm up for her.
Well, that's perfect. Yeah, you got Nevea. She looks absolutely
That's
diced.
actually really, really smart to do. Like a couple weeks out where she can get feedback going into the Arnold
I
UK
didn't
and
even know
enough time,
there was
enough time
a
in between to
show.
work on the feedback. Yeah, that's smart. Very smart.
I didn't even know that there was a show in Brazil.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either until it popped up on Monday. I was like, oh,
Oh, this is when she did.
she got second there, I believe.
Yeah, Alice won that show. Yeah. And then we've got Alice, who I want to say me
Yes.
and Alice are probably the only tall competitors in this
Yeah.
now. Everyone else, it's a short girls game. I'm excited to see her physique. She posted
Alice
something
is
the other
great.
day.
Alice has one of my like favorite like wow factor physiques in the entire
Hmm.
IFBB. And she just got top 15, right? At the Olympia. She was top
Not
15
50. She
or
wasn't top
20.
15. She was like top 20 because I think she got third either second or third call-ups. I think she might have got second, but she was on the end. So it's
Yeah, she's on
probably
the ends.
between
Yeah, because they did
between
10 and
like
10
16th. Yeah,
or
it was
9 and
between
10, whatever it
16th and
was.
20th or
Yeah,
something like that. So but yeah, this is what she looked like obviously a week ago. So like
which is great.
well, I'm guessing this is her a week ago. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure it is. But she looks crazy. Crazy.
Yeah,
She got so
very,
much
very
density,
good.
so much muscle. So yeah, I think this would be
I have
interesting to
another
see.
physique favorite in here too with Adriana. I really like Adriana's look.
Adriana. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know
I've
you're
competed
skipping
with
names there,
Adriana.
but
I've competed with Adriana quite a few times actually as well.
yeah,
This
Adriana's
show
like
that we
the
did, this show that we did here in her profile
uh-huh.
picture, this was when during what was it, 2020? During the bad
Mm.
time. I can't mention it, but during that time of era. And this was when Europe was that had one show to qualify for that whole
Oh
year
damn.
in Europe. And I messaged JM and was like, "Hey, we've had no shows to qualify for, so would you make this show a top three get qualified versus it just being a winner?" And he was like, "Yeah, that sounds amazing." I got fourth. So she won the
That's
show,
amazing.
which was great. She won it. She looks incredible. But I got fourth, and I was like,
Get off stage after, hey, how about top four before he gets the
yeah,
news?
no. Why do you want to do top four instead? But
That's
that she looked
amazing.
fantastic at that show. She looked really, really good at that show.
Yeah.
Um,
She killed it at her most recent regular season show was Sasquatch, other than Olympia, but
oh
Sasquatch was
yeah.
crazy good look.
Yeah, she looks incredible. She looks
She has
very, very like this
such
is probably the leanest we've seen her
this is a
in
very
like,
Amy-esque front pose. Very,
mm, she's
very,
got
very good.
a lot of good size. I think the only thing she just needs is just a little bit more glute, which I'm sure she's probably done
Mm-hmm.
from now to the Olympia anyway. So, but if she
Yeah.
has the conditioning and the glute, then I think she'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So it'll be
I
cool to
love the
see.
balance of her front pose. Just
Mm.
yeah, she looks great.
And then
And
oh,
then
we've got Savannah.
Sarah and Savannah. Call her the fan favorite going into this because she's my fan favorite.
She's my fan
It
favorite.
cracks me up. Oh, Savannah is one of
She
the
looks
most like
really good
bubbly
though.
people to be around. Like you do not miss like you're having a bad day and you're around her for 2 seconds, you're just cracking up. She's great. And she looks so good. Like this is such a
Yeah.
good look for her.
I think she could definitely get into that
I think
top
so
six
too.
for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Because she's got such great density. She's got great
Yeah.
like lines and everything. Like I think it's like how could she not?
Yeah.
Posing's
I mean,
great.
I've talked to her about it, and then I talked to Jamie about it actually this past week. And almost every time she gets feedback, it's about her tan.
I
It,
know.
it
Jamie
just it
mentioned
throws
this
off her look
before.
because of how it ends up looking on stage on her. And I'm like, yeah,
That's
that's
such a
definitely something to nail
shame.
down the formula of because she comes into the shows looking like this and then loses some placings because of how the tan sets on her.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy. Yeah,
yeah,
that's annoying as well when it comes to that as
it
well. So
is.
I think even looking at this, like this was what? Yeah, this was this year, right?
This was this year.
2025. Yeah. She looks so much more improved already. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
I'm
excited
excited
for
to
her.
see her. I'm excited for her as well. And then we've got Lisa.
Lisa.
I can't remember when was her last show. Oh, nope, we have no Lisa.
Oh, it must
Oh,
be
I
a
think
different.
she
She
might have
changed
changed
her
her
name.
name.
Yeah,
Sorry, Lisa, we can't see you. Um,
I've trained Lisa off and on for the last year. It's
oh,
Lisa Bikini
nice.
IFBB Pro. Yeah, so I trained her into the Olympia and she got that infection or sickness and couldn't compete in the Olympia.
Oh my God,
And
yeah,
then
I remember you
she
said.
hopped into shortly after that I can't remember what international show it was. She hopped into one and didn't place exactly how she would like. I don't think her body like bounced back post Olympia fast enough and she's been off since then getting ready for this. So,
Yeah. I think that's a smart move as well. And then we've
yeah.
got Kerry
Carrie,
moving forwards. I think she hasn't posted much updates in terms of what she's been doing so far. I
almost
haven't seen like any like photos or like poses of
mm,
her physique and stuff, just shots and stuff. So I'm not too sure how she's looking, but I mean,
conditioned.
yeah, she looks where she needs to be. Do you know what I mean? So I think her thing is more so um I think she it's just consistency for her, if I'm honest. Like consistently coming in with where they want her to be in terms of whether that's conditioning, muscle mass, anything. Like I know she's had like issues with like stomach stuff and she's had issues with other things. So like that can throw off a physique massively. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if she can get that under control and that's all good, then she'll be good to go and like definitely getting into that like top call out for sure. So I think the one thing about the Arnold UK now, I will say this, I personally feel like it's an open book now. If
Hmm.
anyone comes in on, I think the last show, obviously, everyone's saying, we've got the top four. With the previous with the Arnold US, obviously you had the main kind of people, and everyone was like, "Yep, we're looking out for those." Now, honestly, I feel like it could be anyone's, And obviously, me and Ashlyn have both competed at the Arnold US, which is great. But there's also, if everyone comes in on, there's no reasoning for someone to go over me or Ashlyn, or for me to go over Ashlyn, or for anyone else to kind of, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
for anyone to sneak in, I feel like
100%.
it's an open book now, right now. So
I
it's
mean,
cool to see
you
that.
versus Ashling going into the Arnold UK, like you're talking a difference of two placings this past weekend,
Hmm.
and a couple judges having you one placing higher. So essentially, you two right next to each other going into this show where little improvements can put you over her, can keep her in first place and win the show. Like
Yeah.
that's its own storyline right there, as well as you have top Olympians here with Adriana being here and Alice being here, Savannah looking as good as she does, Marie Eve making some tweaks from what we thought was a really good look at the Arnold, and making some tweaks going into the UK. So it's definitely, like you said, open. It is very
Yeah.
open.
And I think and that's what I sometimes find that even more interesting and more fun when you don't know what could happen. Like I feel like
Yeah,
that's
for
more
sure.
enticing.
I mean,
So no,
yeah,
I'm really, really
except when you're
excited.
the coach or the trainer, like you want
Yeah.
to be like, you know what, they're fucking coming in. This is the win. This is the Olympia qualification. I'm sitting there like,
Like,
oh,
yeah.
come on, Phoebe, please, Phoebe, come on, win this.
I'm like, it's so fun. And the coach was like dying in the corner, like, this is not fun at all. Like,
I
and
was
one thing, do
sitting.
you know what I will?
Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Oh, I was gonna say I was sitting like a couple seats away from Drew and Jamie at finals when it was between Amy and Laura Lee for the win. I wish I had pulled out my phone to see their reaction because
Yeah.
I'm watching Jamie literally just like dead face, just like waiting for the result, waiting. Like you could tell what's going through her mind and her heart in that
Yeah.
moment. She's like, fucking please.
I
And
know.
then they called it and she flew up. I was like,
I
there it is.
know, I saw, and there's a really cute picture I love where it was like, I think Amy's like holding up her hand like this, and then it's like Drew and Jamie like a silhouette of them, just like,
Oh,
yes,
that's
as someone's taking it
awesome.
from behind.
That's so
I was like,
cool.
that looks so good. And the thing that I was going to mention was like, what I really loved, and again, this is mine and Jamie's first show together, so like, I've never experienced what it was like to be part of, Fit Body Fusion, how they run things, all that type of thing. I was interested to see how she was going to handle me and Amy. This is me being
Hmm.
completely honest, because both of us being, Amy, in my opinion, she's obviously up there. She's gotten however many
Yeah.
titles, like, she's completely, fully up there with, and she was one of the favorites to want to potentially win the show. Do you know what I mean? I was interested to see, okay, this is mine and Jamie's first show together. What will be the difference in a detail from me and Amy together? And I was blown away with like how well she managed both of us in terms of like we both needed attention for this specific show and like going into everything, but she gave, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, Amy got more attention over Phoebe or Phoebe got more it was so equal. And
Awesome.
I loved that. I really loved
I
that.
love
And
that.
even so, like we were posing with each other. Like
Hmm.
there was one evening where we posed and we ran through comparisons together. Like, and Amy was like, I'm gonna pose in front of you, like, and try and like I want you to practice as if I was posing in front of you, and you have to kind of like retaliate in that moment what you need to do. Because sometimes that happens where people, will
Yeah.
walk forwards and pose a little bit in front of you. What are you going to do? You never get that. You never get to practice that. And the fact that that team was already like, let's do this together was
Yeah.
so good. Like,
I love
So
that. It's
good.
such. I don't remember if we talked about that on last week, but like the advantage that is to,
Yeah.
for a coach and his competitors to have someone at your level going into the show to be next to, for the
Hmm.
coach to see that, for you to get that comparison, for any coaches listening that are coming up in the game, it's very smart to do that no matter what level competitor you have. Like if you have a
Hmm.
national girl like getting ready for nationals, getting ready for North Americans, whatever it may be, and you have someone else that's in prep that may have just won an overall, or maybe they're getting ready for the same show, like a comparative level physique, have them do check-ins next to each other. Like if they're in the
Yeah.
same city or whatever. Like I remember, I think I told you when Jess was getting ready for Olympia, James is sitting there messaging her and I, like, what bikini pros live around you that are in prep right now? Take check-ins next to them. I want to see pictures next to them, because
Yeah.
like he wants to see, he's not there in person, so he wants to see comparatively how you're looking to someone that's at least a pro, like at least at that level where he can be like, okay, we're sitting in a good spot.
Yeah.
So
And I really I think that's something that, you know, Amy was one, like I said, one of the people to win this show. Could have been
mhm,
very, very easy for Jamie to just be like, do you know what? I'm gonna give her a little bit more attention. But she did it, she perfectly did it so well. She also had amateurs that she was also handling as
yeah,
well. So it was just a really nice experience. And again, I didn't have any doubts of that, but I was just interested to see how it would then like lay out and how it would be,
yeah,
how I would feel, you know what I mean? And I felt so good. Like we did like a little
yeah,
watch party after prejudging, and we were kind of going through each critique that we want everyone to do and like for next time going into finals. And like it was just so good. So it's like
yeah,
that's what I feel like, yeah, it feels good to just have that as a
I
team.
love that.
So yeah, it was
And
sick. It
now
was
it's
so, so
just
sick.
you for UK.
Well, it's you've got Savannah as well. And
Oh,
then
I
you've
forgot
also
Savannah's with
got,
Jamie. I don't know why I
yeah.
thought she was with another fit body coach. That's
Yeah.
right, she's with
And
Jamie.
then you've
Okay,
got Savannah, and then you've got Marie Eve, obviously with Drew. But even
yeah,
so, like even though Marie Eve is with Drew, like we were still helping out. Like Jamie was still helping out, looking over
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Like,
of
and
course.
again, it's all a team thing. So like it was such a cool experience for me,
Yeah.
honestly, because I know a few people have asked like, how was your first experience? And I was like, oh, I actually forgot that it's my first show with her. So, but yeah, it was sick. It was so, so
me,
sick.
me and
So
Jamie were laughing at the Arnold amateur. She had I think it was it was a fit model girl that was doing it. And the show wasn't even going yet. Like well, I shouldn't say the show wasn't going. The men were on. Um, and so her and Greg are sitting in the back just talking. And her fit model client came out and wanted to pose for her. And she's like holding her rice cakes, wondering if like, do you want me to eat these? And Jamie's like, oh, let me look at you right now. So she gets down into her suit and starts posing, and she hands me her rice cakes. I'm just sitting there holding them, and
they're
I'm
like,
like, Jamie, I'll be your personal assistant today. And so I'm sitting there, and I told Drew after, I was like, I took your spot earlier, because Jamie's having me look at the girl with her and is like, what do you think? Like asking me what I think of her posing, looking at her client. And it was just cracked me up. It was the camaraderie that is within this industry when you're actually
Hmm.
like around good people, respectable people, like people that admire each other, respect each other. It's friendship, it's
Yeah.
camaraderie, it's good. Even if I had a fit model girl on stage, shout out to Sage for winning the overall.
Oh
But
yeah.
even if I had someone on stage, I'm like, yeah, Jamie, like she told me, she's like, I respect your opinion. I want to know what you think. And like I'm
Hmm.
talking to her about this stuff. We talked about you and Amy going into the show, and we were going through check-ins and stuff. And it's just really, I love the camaraderie that comes with good people in this industry. And that is
I
what
think it's gotten
I
better
wish.
over the years as well.
Yes, I wish that would project more throughout the industry onto competitors, onto other coaches. It doesn't need to be so fucking cutthroat all the time. I get it when you're on stage, of course, we're there to win. But
Yeah.
leading up to that, there's no reason like people can't be like, damn, she's looking good. Like this is like a 3-horse race, a 4-horse race. Like we're gunning for each other here. Like that's the fun
Hmm.
part about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, I'm excited moving forwards just to what we can all do as a team and like where this industry is going. Like I said, like I do feel like there's a good amount of change happening with not just the division, but within the athletes. I feel like the athletes are starting to showcase off more authenticity within their journey. They're showcasing off more stuff, like because people want to see that. Like it's not a perfect straight cut like prep. Do you know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
never not nothing usually is, but like it's nice to show the ups, the downs, like everything versus it just being like, hey, here's all the
yeah,
perfect, you know?
for sure.
Um, and I think there's more of that being shown, and I like that. I just like it.
Yeah,
So I'm excited to kind
definitely.
of see that moving forwards. Um, what else do you
Arnold
want to just
Amateur.
Arnold Amateur, let me get that up. Because
And
Gianna,
wait, yeah, Gianna killed it. Killed it. I was so
yeah, she
happy
really
for her.
did.
So
She
happy.
looked great as well. She looked very, very
Yeah.
good.
Very good. Very good. Drew told me that he wished he had brought her like back pose in, her backside a little bit tighter into it.
Hmm.
And then between prejudging and finals, they nailed it even more so. And she got the pro card. I was very, very
Got the
happy for them.
W. She got the
Got it.
W. I'm trying to find the photos and stuff.
Did you
Who was
see
the other girl that won it?
I was gonna say it's James's girl that won it, and he posted the coolest and like scariest text thread because as a coach, it's so hard. Like you want to tell them this, but it's so hard to sit there and be like, hey, like we're going pro this show. You never want to do that because what if it doesn't happen? You don't want
Hmm.
to be that person. James posted in a slide reel in one of his carousels, like a third photo in a screenshot of like back in December. He told her, we're switching over to Bikini and we're doing the Arnold Amateur. I've won it before and I'm going to win it with you.
Oh,
And then fucking 3.5 months later, overall winner. She's on the Arnold
fair.
stage next year. Gets the
Completely
invite.
fair.
So pretty badass. I thought that was really cool.
That is, yes, that is absolutely
That's a
terrifying
lot
to
of fucking
like
confidence right
text.
there.
Yeah, that is a lot that screams James to a T, let's be honest.
Yep.
But
Yep.
also like but the thing is sometimes that works for a lot of
Yeah.
athletes as well. Like, do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
it probably motivated the fuck out of her too.
I don't think the
The
Arnold Amateur's up online yet.
John posted it, a few
Oh,
photos.
okay. Well, I think sometimes people respond well to like that kind of like motivation. Do you know what I
Yeah, for
mean?
sure. For
So
sure.
I feel like it works. Some people it does, some people it doesn't, but I feel like that clearly did. Do you know what I mean? And like obviously
Yeah.
pushed her throughout her prep a really decent amount. So I am trying to find them. I can't find them. Oh, they're not actual official photos. They're just
The winner photos. Yeah.
the winner photos. Right, let me get these up. So we've got I love the Gianna post like
Yeah,
of
the
her
Gianna one's great.
winning. She was
Yes.
literally like dropped to her knees and I was like, that's so cute.
Yep.
Um, yeah, she worked so hard for that as well. Like she really busted her ass for that. So that's so good.
Yeah, she killed
And
it. I was so
then
happy for that.
this was is this the
Haley, I
post you were
think.
talking about?
James's post. Yeah, if you swipe four slides in,
Oh my God. Yeah,
we're
he
winning the
did.
we're winning the Arnold overall title. I've done it before, and we'll do it with you in 3 months. He said that 3 months out.
That's wild. That's wild. I'd feel so much pressure, but also like it
Right.
worked. Do you know what I mean? Like it
It worked.
worked.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
she's also now got an automatic invite. Well, I'm pretty sure she's got an invite for next year for
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Arnold's Pro,
Yeah. You get
which
the
she's got
invite
a
as long as
whole
you
year.
apply. Yeah. Yeah. And that's, I mean, it's not a pose. Like she's not holding it perfectly there, but you can see how good she looks holding that in that last little video you were on. Like she looks
Yeah.
great there. So very well deserved. Very, very, very.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she looks incredible. I love the red Pro cards. The red Pro cards are always so good.
Yeah.
Oh, she did great. They all did great. So, okay. Any other updates, things to go through? You said you had questions.
I got a couple questions. Yeah, I think I sent you one or two of them. Oh, and shout out again. We didn't click it, but Sage won her Fit Model Pro card, the overall at the Arnold.
Oh, yes.
Can we all petition
Congrats.
for the Arnold to bring Fit Model
I know.
to the classic stage
I
next year?
know.
Because I would love to have her up in that. She
Yeah.
killed it. She's been going at it for a while. Since Fit Model came out, she's done almost every national show and has missed it by
Wow.
one placing every single time. And then in
Wow.
Canada, because you got to get in the overall, she's gotten first place in her class and then missed the overall.
Yeah.
So she
But the thing
finally got
is,
it here.
it always tastes so much sweeter when it's like worked
Yes.
for. I'm not
Oh
saying
yeah.
that's not a bad thing, like if you get it straight away, but like it feels
Yep.
like I said the same with Amy. Like she'd gotten second twice. She'd
Yeah.
gotten obviously however many times top six at the
Yeah.
Olympia. Like she was waiting for this win and like it then finally came. It's like almost like so much more worth it. Do you know what I mean? So I feel
Yep.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's better.
100%. And it was
So.
Chris is going to kill me for saying this, ludicrous, but he's Sage's coach. I do her training, obviously, but after she got the win, I'm messaging him because he straight up texted me and he said I can't watch right now because they were waiting for the overall. They're lined up in the overall. Only first place in the overall gets the pro card,
Yeah.
and when they called her name, I texted him and I just capital letters, she got it. And he was so happy. And then he told me after the fact that James was fucking with him and messaged after the overall and said, "Oh, so close again." And Chris is like, "Wait, what one's the truth? Who's telling me?" And so I sent him a picture of her holding the pro card. And me and Sage FaceTimed him after the fact, and he was literally tears running down his face. He was so happy for her. Like the
James, you
coolest
asshole.
reaction. Yes, James, you fucking asshole. But Chris was like literally crying for that win. Like it was the coolest thing. He's such a passionate coach. So I love that
Yeah.
for him.
And it's always so nice because like again, it's like it's never just, the athlete. It's like that when the coach gets that win as well with you, like
Yeah.
it's so like because you know how hard everyone works and stuff like that as well. So it makes it all worthwhile. So um okay, so you got two questions here. We've got what is what advice for a coach wanting to get more into coaching the women's divisions, mainly bikini? Like what advice would you give for people wanting to coach the women's division? I mean,
Oh yeah, I got asked this by someone in person at that RP event.
oh,
And I was
okay.
like, oh, this is a good one. But I mean, honestly, one of the number one things that I tell everyone that asks this is it is not like coaching or training men at all. Like
Hmm.
you don't get feedback that just says get bigger and harder. It's
Hmm.
more minute, it's more detailed, it's more training specific, it's more focused on what needs to be on stage with the right look. And that's the number one advice that I give is you need to train your eye for bikini or for wellness
Hmm.
or for fit model. If you don't, it doesn't mean that you can't develop that eye, but sometimes it comes more naturally to others. Whereas some people might not ever get that eye. Like I've been around very, very good men's coaches that have some like bikini clients, like they just happen to get them. And like what they think should win on stage, I'm like, what? Like, why? How?
Mm.
And it's just like, because that's what they're used to thinking. That's what they're used to seeing the criteria being in other divisions. When it comes to fit model, when it comes to bikini, when it comes to wellness, the balance, the proportion, the proper conditioning, not just get conditioned, the proper conditioning. You need to develop an eye for that. If you don't have it, you're doing yourself as a coach and the athlete a big like injustice. Like you can't put someone on stage not having the eye for what needs to be there. Of course,
Hmm.
you can be like, okay, your feedback last show was we need to grow the glutes, not the quads, bring up the shoulders a little bit. For sure, you can do that. But can you do that to the right extent where you understand what having like a proper S curve means, where you understand the difference between hourglass and X frame, where you understand how much shoulder is too much to throw off the balance of the ratio to the glute? Like you got to have the eye
It
for these
all
things. You need
counts.
it all counts. It all matters. So those are those are the biggest things that my advice to anyone wanting to coach, train, pose people in female divisions is all of those things. You need to understand the division to a fucking T. And that means the terminology as well. Like I just said, what's the difference between hourglass and X frame? That I could throw up I bet I could throw up a picture of someone and be like, why did this person beat this person at the national level or at this pro show? And a lot of
Hmm.
people wouldn't understand the difference and why. They'd be like, they look the same to me. Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's where this lies. So
Yeah. Exactly. And it also comes down to experience. Like you said,
yeah,
like knowing the difference and if I'm honest, just start somewhere and like you said, get the eye for it. Like, and that's where you're gonna start, if I'm honest.
yeah.
Um, Oh, and then the reminder because we have the seminar this weekend
Oh
and we
shit, yeah.
are fully booked for bikini now. So we're fully maxed out for bikini, which is great. And fit model, I think we still have like two tickets left or something like that. We've got a couple tickets left for figure and
I say we had a couple more trickle in over the last few days. That was cool.
yeah, so that's really cool. So if anyone is wanting to come to Idaho, and you're like, let's just get a flight in because I know a few people that are actually flying in, which is cool.
A lot.
Come on to Idaho. Come to Idaho,
Come
pose
on
with
out.
me. We're gonna
Please
train
take up Phoebe's
after.
time. I cannot get rid of her, literally.
I
Like this
know.
last week, the upcoming week.
Quite literally. I'm like, leave me alone in a good way.
She ends up on my
So
flight. We're walking
I
through the
know.
airport together. I have to hold her trophy so
Literally,
she can go to the bathroom. I'm like,
I
okay, yeah,
know.
sure. I'm your personal assistant.
It's fine. It's okay. But no,
I love it.
I'm excited. I think this is going to be a really cool seminar, really
It's
cool
gonna be a really
turnout.
fun one.
So
Really
it's
fun
going to be
one.
cool. And then we're going to train after, and it's going to be a great time. So I can't wait.
Yes. Yeah, open gym after for everyone wondering. The owner said do not pay day passes. He wants nothing from anyone that is coming. He just wants
That's
you
so
to
cool.
enjoy the seminar, pose, and then get a lift in after.
I love that.
I've had a lot of you reach out to me about doing training sessions. Obviously, we have like a total of 40 something people signed up between all these divisions, right? I can't do training sessions with everybody, but if you have a movement you want looked at, if you're like, I don't connect well in a B stance RDL, can you come look at it for me? Grab me. Do not like
Hmm.
hesitate to ask me that. Do not hesitate to like ask if I have 5 or 10 minutes to go over X, Y, and Z with you, whatever it may be. I will be there from, obviously I'm not in the posing seminar, right? So if you are bikini, fit models going first. So if you show up before your bikini seminar at 11:30, I will be there by like what 9:30 because fit model's starting at 10. I'll be there by 9:30. If you want to get there 2 hours early and utilize my time, it's what I'm going to be there for. So I'll be there for a good 3.5 hour window to do whatever. And yeah, so me and Phoebe have plenty of, she's here for like a week. We got plenty of days that we're training together. I can use that day to get all of you guys that are flying in for this and using your time and money to come out and see us. So
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be cool. So, if there are any other things that you want us to talk about, obviously on the podcast, please comment them down below, of course, because this was obviously all things Arnold's and upcoming events and stuff like that. And then moving forwards, obviously there are more shows, but we'll next week because I know we didn't go over the list for Brazil, but we'll go over the show itself because there is a Brazil show going on this weekend, so we can kind of go over that. Um, in the next kind of podcast and then go from there. So we're excited. Right. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching as always.